This is the Two Scrappy Chicks podcast where life is messy, the stories are real, and we dare to talk about it anyway.
Hey, sorry about that. This is McBee Dynasty, and normally I would have had it out already, but I was so tired last night, turning off my little fan. So yeah, I was so tired last night that I couldn't. There's no way I could have. So I'm gonna do it now. So this is episode 8, season 3, and they were showing at the beginning a bunch of Vegas stuff, and then they revert back to 3 days prior. So Jesse did finally decide he was going to go to Vegas, and he thought he owed his wife Allie to do that. Um, Cole was teasing that he was going to get married in Vegas, and Casey's saying no, she wants a real wedding. So they have two suites, suite one and suite two, and they are loaded. I believe it was the Virgin Hotel in Vegas. One had a bowling alley and the other one had a pool. Or was that the same one? I don't know. I've seen a bowling alley and a pool, and I was just like, wow. Haven't seen I've not seen that in a room before. So high up in a pool. Okay. Um so Stephen makes a comment that him and Allie are coming out of their first fight, and they need to work on communicating. So they get to the hotel, and him and Allie were having a conversation, and then she said she was gonna go into the bathtub. And it's a really nice bathtub. It's one of those fancy modern ones where it's definitely a step in, like kind of oval shaped. So they show her, oh, this is the interesting part. They show her walking in there in her robe, but then the camera's only showing, she takes off her robe, the camera's only showing her legs from her knees down. And she gets in the tub. And then she starts giggling, and Steven comes walking in, butt naked. So you see the backside of him, naked, from head to toe. He is naked. And I'm just like, okay, that's interesting. They show him, but not her, not that they should have shown her, but I mean, this is Bravo, so I'm just wondering, I guess it's okay to show the man naked and not the woman. Like I said, I'm not saying they should have showed her naked. I just want to know what the rules are, because we've been discussing like about bodies and types and stuff. Um, oh, and Steven actually has his hat off. I was like, wow, he looks so different. He's always wearing a freaking hat, whether it's a baseball cap or a cowboy hat. He's always wearing a hat. But it's good to know when he takes baths and showers, he doesn't wear a hat. And Allie was turned on because she said he has like a really nice body. He works out. So, okay. Now it is, they go to a bar. I believe it was called Lucia Bar and Grill. Stephen pulls Casey to the side to talk to her, about before the weirdness that Allie was saying. They talk too much, together and that. And he says, I'll eventually talk to Allie. He goes, but I don't want things weird with us. And they're still going to work together on the tallow. So from there, they are going to go separate ways. The boys are going to go do something, and the girls are going to go Thunder Down Under. Now, Thunder Down Under is an Australian men and review, and I can't remember if they fully got naked. I did go to Thunder Down Under in Vegas back when I turned 40, which was 17 years ago. How is that possible? Okay. Good show though. Oh, and we were sitting up front. We were all celebrating our 40th birthday and was it there I got a lap dance or was it the second time I went in Vegas? I don't know. One of those times I got a lap dance. Okay. And um while they were, still at the bar, Jesse was drinking and he was kind of getting cocky to Allie. And I guess Allie says Jesse turns into two different people when he drinks. He's either the happy drunk or he's the mean. And I guess he was being the mean. Um, and then Cole saying, hey, maybe the chapel tomorrow. And, we can always have a big wedding later when his dad gets out of prison. And, Allie, not, no, I'm sorry, Kacie. Kacie still wasn't um set, on doing that. She still had her reservations. But I forgot this night is not the first night. That's not the night they went to Thunder Down Under. This is just they got there and then they went to dinner and then back to their rooms. Um but they didn't wake up. Some showing some of them not waking up till 12:15 with a hangover. And then Jake, who's a friend of the guy's, apparently his wife said he pissed in his pants. And then I got to find out more about Cowboy Christmas in Vegas. I guess it's like the biggest um, event show where people set up booths because Stephen would like next year, which will be coming up this year, because this was in December of last year that this was filmed, that he would like to set up a booth for their tallow. And there was a booth there with tallow. They were from Montana, and the girls were saying how smooth it was. So, yeah, there is competition in the tallow business. So for that afternoon, Jesse set up a racetrack time. Stephen didn't go. He went with the girls to the Cowboy Christmas, and they were helping Kacie, look at rings, just in case that they were gonna get married. And she found him, and then it's later at night where the boys are going one way and the girls are going the other way. And the rule was no communicating back and forth. And two of them were told no strip clubs or they're done. I think one was Jake, and I think the other one might have been Allie for Jesse. So the girls get in this long pink limo, like a stretch limo. Looked like maybe it could have been a Hummer too. Oh, and I forgot to mention that Galena um showed up because she wanted to go with to the Thunder Down Under. And we didn't see Masha at all in this episode. So the Thunder Down Under was it was interesting, but before then, Allie, because there's two Allies. There's Allie with the E, Allie with the I. Allie with the E is Steven's girlfriend. Allie with an I is Jesse's wife. So there's Allie Mcbee, and I want to say Steven's girlfriend is Allie Kirkland. So anyway, um, Allie grabs other Allie's phone and sexts Jesse for her and wrote, "Can't stop thinking about you in me." So thought that was funny. So then the girls took a pic with the hunks the Thunder Down Under guys. And Kacie sent it to Cole, and they were on the rooftop. And they had a really nice view of the strip. So when he sees that, he goes, "Okay, all bets are off. We're going to the strip club." And Steven's like, "I'm going back to the hotel." So he did. And in the strip club, Jesse wanted to make sure no one sat on his lap. And honestly, I think the only one that had someone on their lap was Braden, but he's single. Uh, Back at Thunder Down Under, Kacie was brought on stage by one of the guys. So yeah, that was interesting. And I know they do that for bachelorette parties. So then Cole and the guys like, okay, it's time to go. So they as they're getting to the lobby, the girls are getting to the lobby. So then they meet up and they're talking. And Cole lets Kacie know about the strip club. This is when they went up to their room. And then she told him she got pulled on stage. And Cole said all he seen was seven boobs and butts. So, um, but that was nice that he was honest with her that, they went to the strip club and she was honest with him, hey, I got pulled on stage. So they talked about, getting married the next day at the chapel. And then they, like I said, Cole was all for it. Kacie was the one on the fence. So then she finally gave in and says, okay, yeah, let's do it. And so then we have the next day, the morning, and Jesse and Allie won't kiss and tell. But Allie said, let's just say we had a spicy night. So Kacie and Cole go get a wedding license and a dress. And then it was said it was 3 hours to the wedding. And they went to the wedding chapel, and Elvis was there. They met up with Elvis, who's the one that marries them, and they talked with him, and then he said, "Okay, go get changed." So when they got changed, you could see, gosh, like all the McBees and all them sitting in the pews, and then music starts playing, and the doors open, and a pink Cadillac comes in, and it's Elvis with Kacie in it. Now, I think I've seen this before when I watched Gene Simmons Reality Jewels, I think it was called, and Shannon's sister um got married, and that's how she came in to the chapel, is with Elvis in the car. That episode was funny because Gene Simmons, this was Vegas, had gone and seen Carrot Top the night before. And Carrot Top makes props for his comedy show. And there was vibrators. And he was making like a jail, and it was supposed to be like a Paris Hilton joke. And he goes, "Oh, Gene, don't touch those. There's glue on them." Well, he picks it up and then he can't put it down. So it's freaking, he's got a vibrator glued on his hand. It was hilarious. So, he goes back to his hotel and has like a nurse come there, and Shannon sees this and she was pissed. So she says, I'm staying with you, to her sister. So Gene shows up at the wedding, and he has a jacket draped over his head. And Shannon was just steaming, and like she was making comments, about the girl, and he's trying to explain, and she wasn't having it. So then after the wedding was over, they're outside, and she threw flowers at him in his face, and But during the wedding, Carrot Top showed up, and Shannon's just like, "Why is Carrot Top here?" So then, um, outside, Carrot Top is like, "So did you get it off?" And Shannon's like, "What the hell is going on?" So Jean takes the coat off his hand and shows her, and she's like, "What the hell is that?" And he's like, "It's a vibrator." No, he didn't say it was a vibrator. He said it's a massager. He kept saying it's a massager. And Shannon's like, we got to get that off. So they went to probably, I think, a plastic surgeon to get that off. And I think they took a car home, like, because they lived in California. Because they, Shannon's like, "No way are we like getting on a plane." So yeah, but that's funny. It's like Gene Simmons' Family Jewels, um, season 2, and I'm not sure which episode, but if you Google it, which episode is it? Shannon's sister gets married and Gene has a massager glued to his hand. So yeah, that was funny. I mean, I still will watch it to this day and just crack up. So sorry about that. Back to McBee. So it was really sweet. Cole said that, we've been together since we were 18. And Kacie, I'm trying to think on what she said. It just really stood out what Cole said. So, um, Steven is getting like the vibes because he's saying that he can see Allie walking down the aisle. So, the date that this happened was 12/11/25. Because I know it was the beginning of December when their dad went to prison. So yeah, so it seems like they started filming McBee Dynasty probably at the end of November. So, um, I'll have to see if they're doing another season. I would think so, because the dad's getting out. I think I've said this before, but the dad is getting out next month, I believe. So, oh, I think we have about 2 more episodes left. Let me check on that. Okay, we have 2 more episodes left of McBee Dynasty. And then I just read that for season 4, it says as season 3 wraps up, future prospects look uncertain after family matriarch Christy McBee announced that she and the family are stepping back from public life and leaving the show. There's no official word if Bravo confirmed a cancellation or a 4th season renewal. Apparently, Christy went on TikTok indicating the family was stepping away. Um, so uh, this shall be to be determined. Let's see. Oh, so about a month ago, somebody put on Reddit where someone was given advice, and Stephen wrote, "I appreciate you. Much easier said than done. Candidly, my entire family and I are entirely over the hypocrisy and internet bullying of this fan base. This will be our last go round." Okay. All right. Well, I guess to be determined, because if they do start filming it would be November. But 2 more episodes. The 10th and the 17th is the finale. But I'm sure if you follow the McBees, you'll know that him and Allie are no longer together. So sorry if I'm spoiling that, but it's kind of like all over the place because he was on Watch What Happens Live and he said he was single. So, all right, till next week with McBee. We really appreciate you hanging out with the two scrappy chicks today. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to like, subscribe, download, and share it with a friend. And if you have any questions or topics you'd like us to cover, just let us know.